everyone, it's Maleficent's Towers of Tarot Power for Twin Flames. I'm doing a second video today, as I kind of half promised, but I didn't know if I was going to be able to get to it. I've got new cards to show you. I've been to Morrison's this evening, supermarket in the UK. Done my shopping, got my usual fruit, yogurts, nuts, gluten-free treats, and there was a lot of chocolate on offer as well, so I got about 2 or 3 of that. Fruit juice, and I've come across these calms which Sophia Charles keeps mentioning from Twinflame Community Tarot. I've got my Gaviscon, which I practically live on when I need it, and you know, my usual peppermint tablets, and some new ones which are apparently helpful for painful spasms, which I have on occasion, so I'm going to try those out as well. So I've got some new card decks. Queen of the Moon Oracle. I saw this on Stellany's channel and I became obsessed with it. The Good Tarot, I've been wanting that for a while. Again, I saw Stellany use this. Angel Tarot. Oh, penis, it won't even let me show you the box. Again, that was on Stellany's channel, and there was another deck that I was going to use that I've already got, and I can't remember now. Like, I got it out purposely. Oh, for fuck's sake. And I've also got Divine Unisouls 11s cards. So this is going to be a quick check-in. It's not going to be anything too elaborate. Oh, I am in a little bit of pain because it's day 3 of period, and I don't know if you guys are aware. I don't know if you're keeping up with the community posts, but I've already got 5 medical diagnoses to my name. I'm about to get number 6 next month, and that is endometriosis. It's basically where there's something going on with the lining of the womb and it's coming in with the uterus. It's basically meaning heavy periods, which I've been getting since December of last year. And the doctors have just turned around to me now and said, well, you know, we think you've got this. Go up and see a specialist that does gynecology. So I will have 6 diagnoses to my name. And funny enough, 4 of them have been since the separation, since my awakening. Who can even explain that? I don't know. So anyway, I'm constantly looking for new things to try and alleviate my pain, because I don't particularly want to be in pain. You know, I take painkillers when I need them. I'm diagnosed as gluten intolerant, so I don't eat gluten. So yeah. So I'm relaxing. I love you. So DM is in this very tranquil state. He's kind of, because he's kind of been in the energy lately where he's been getting his shit together. He's been coming into his power. And today he just feels like he's in this relaxing state of where he's chilled. Things are calm. It could be the calm before the storm, guys. But honestly, it just feels like a very calm, relaxing, tranquil, kind of even sensual energy. So let's see what's going on here. I've got my chamomile tea with me, and I found a new juice at Morrison's tonight, which is apple, melon, and lemongrass. It tastes a bit different because I'm not really used to that kind of a taste, but it's actually all right. So because I really like my fruit in a big way. Fresh, dried, frozen. I love it. So the Lover's Ace of Swords, he wants to communicate something very prominent about this relationship. And it could be that he's had choices in this situation, and he could be talking to you about the choices and the options that he explored before he's came to this point where he's chilled and he's finally having that clarity and understanding, because he's now in this energy of, you know, things are calm here, things are good. I'm going to come in now and I'm going to be honest about where I stand in this relationship, where she stands, and I'm going to be truthful about this. So he's going to communicate to you about the relationship, about the shit he caused you. Now, this doesn't mean that we go blaming, shaming, and all that stuff. Allow him to apologize. If you are serious about your union, you need to be in that space where you are open and you let him speak. You don't say fuck all when he apologizes. You don't say nothing. When my DM spoke to me again, I let him speak. I didn't say a word. I mean, it was kind of formal in the way that I let him go on a tangent. But I only spoke when I was asked a question. I didn't interrupt him at all. But he is going to come in and he's going to speak about this heartbreak. It's going to be quite the deep conversation, guys. Yeah. He's going to explain to you about his healing he's been doing, about the things he's been doing while you guys have been stagnant. And there could be some creative spark in him, because he's going to be very, very... He's very inspired to have this conversation with you. Like, he wants this conversation. Now that he is free from restriction, now that the tower has come in and just gone to all of the shit in his life, all the burdens have been lifted. He's had to leave situations. And in some cases, he's being seen as a very sneaky, nasty, conniving person. But you need to remember, in some of these situations, the DMs will do what they had to do. You know, we can't be judging them for the things that they did to set themselves free from, you know, karmic situations with friends and family that didn't want you guys together. You know, the DM has done whatever he's had to do. And some people are painting him as something other than what it was. Now, in some cases, I do feel like the DMs probably got very creative and very crafty in the sneaky sense. But I don't feel like it's as though it's being painted. It's like when somebody uses the expression layer on thick. That basically means to exaggerate, to make it more than what it is. And I feel that's what's happening here. So... now I'm using the good tarot. 10 of Earth. He's thinking about abundance. He's thinking about his money. But he's thinking about abundance with you. So he might be having this, like, kind of fantasy. 6 of Earth. That's 6 of Swords, isn't it? Of course it is. Yeah, he wants to move forward with you in some kind of a project. It's not becoming clear what that is. You know, maybe he wants you guys to work together. There is some concern that you might turn your back on him. That you might throw him out into the cold. But he is still determined to come in and be blatantly honest with you. And he's going to detail to you this transformation that he's gone through. He's going to be very raw about it. And he's going to be very honest and open about this love that he has for you. That one wanted to come out. Yep, he's got a lot of passion. He's got a lot of fire. He's going to explain to you that he's had to move away from certain people. And honestly, people tried to take away his power. People tried to derail him, knock him off the path. And he's going to explain this to you. So there we go. So I'm going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle now. Now, I can't wait for these because the artwork is just stunning. I am a sucker for cards that have got gorgeous artwork. I'm just obsessed with them. So, the unexpected. You're not going to see this conversation coming. I mean, I know you're watching this reading right now and you're being told of it, but you're going to be going about your day-to-day business and it's going to knock your socks off, to use an expression. You are not going to see it coming. There's a lot of gratitude he has for you, and I feel like this has got a lot to do with you not popping off at him, you not doing things that maybe the karmic did. I'm seeing he's very grateful for that because it's putting him at ease. It's making him feel comfortable around you. And, you know, ultimately, all this resistance that he had is now literally coming away because he feels like with the way you've been the whole time, it's almost like he's been testing you. He's just seen that you've been in your power and you've been, you know, graceful. You know, there has been a dark void between you, but it's allowed for a lot of reflection. It's allowed for a lot of going within, thinking this over, thinking what he's going to say, thinking out his action plan. Because I do get the feeling, again, the gratitude card comes out. It's taken him a lot of willpower to get to this, you know, because you are a queen to him. You are an absolute queen to him. And he is a little bit concerned that he might be below you, you know. And obviously, you know, we don't see the DMs as below us. But this is just his perception that's coming through here. He's hungering for you. But there is some concerns that because of your self-love, because of how far ascended you are, you might put some boundaries between you and him. And he is slightly worried about this. But he's also using his inner guidance, his inner wisdom. And he's trying to dispel the fears and move into the pleasure that you have always given him. Now, this isn't strictly sexual pleasure. For some of you, it could be. But he's focusing on the good times, the good memories. I need to take a sip of my drink. Yeah, it's a very different taste. Apple, melon, and lemongrass. He's very attracted to you. Yeah. Why am I not surprised that that came out? Oh. Wow. 3 times. 3 times, guys. This is going to be really unexpected. He's had it in motion. I'm hearing for at least a month, maybe 2 months. He's been planning this conversation with you, and it's not like the first conversation you're going to expect you guys to have, because ultimately he's in this energy where my laptop just turned itself off. I don't know why. Probably because it's an asshole. So thank you. But he didn't want the first conversation to be all about the darkness, all about the shit that's gone on. You know, in my case, the first conversation was extremely lighthearted. There was no resistance on either side, which I was impressed with myself with, because I've always been a little bit apprehensive, you know, because obviously I never knew what that conversation looked like. I knew that I wanted it, and I knew that I was also slightly worried because there's been a lot of shit from the karmic. Long story short, guys, she was following me on social media for a while. I keep getting dirty looks from her. Not in recent weeks, luckily. Well, kind of. It depends. So I've just made sure that I've maintained my calmness in relation to that conversation with him, because obviously I don't want him to feel bad for telling me things and then I just jump in and tell him all that shit that's going on. You know, I don't want him to worry about that, because a lot of these DMs, they sense your resilience. They sense that you are very, in some cases, quite guarded. You know, I was a little bit guarded, but I made him do all the work. I didn't say a single word. I sat as quiet as a mouse, didn't say a thing. We were around mutual friends, so it wasn't, you know, one of those awkward things. But he was the one that opened his mouth, because he knew he had to. I wasn't saying a damn thing. You know, I didn't want to say something and make him uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to say, quite honestly, guys. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything, and it turned out to work in my favour because he was the one that opened his mouth. So, but you know. He's been very, very patient, and I know we have to, so it's not exactly surprising. Surrender. Yeah. See, I feel like this is a message for me as well. You need to surrender the fear, because obviously there is a little bit of fear associated with that conversation, where you don't know how you guys are going to react. You know, not just you, but him as well. Because if you guys have been in a long separation, 12 months or more, there's a lot of changes that have occurred in both of your lives, and you guys don't know what that conversation is going to look like. You know, you can fantasize about it, you can imagine what it might be like, but the truth is, you have no idea. You know, this harvest is coming in. This is emerging. You know, whether you like it or not, it's about to smack you in the face. But he's been assessing the situation. Now, this can indicate a little bit of stalking, for those of you that resonate with that. And I don't mean in a sinister way. You know, maybe he's talking to friends about you. Maybe he's finding out about all the changes that you've made, all the things that you've been doing. You know, asking mutual friends' opinions of how he should approach you. And, you know, I actually know that my masculine has been indulging in, shall we say, detective work. Because there were certain things that he came out with that I had told only one person, and somehow he knew. So, yeah. It's kind of funny, you know, the lengths that these masculines will go to. And I wasn't like scared or angry. I was actually rather impressed, because I was like, shit, there was only one way he could have known that. So there you go. And they see how pure you are as well. They are like, well, she's grown so much. She's ascended so much. What if I'm not good enough? You know, that's kind of where their headspace is. But you see, they've got some fear to surrender as well. They've got to trust that when they come to you, this open and this raw, that you're not going to be basically like the karmic, you know. For some of them, that was a very destructive situation, and, you know, they are obviously a little bit worried, a little bit apprehensive. You know, ultimately, the message is forgiveness. You are always in my hair. So basically, you're not far away from his mind. He could be looking you up constantly. You know, there is some mummy issues possibly going on. I know my masculine has never had the greatest relationship with his mum. We are each other's strength. Yeah. So he's hoping, basically, what I'm getting from that is he's hoping that you guys can be a team. You can work on this together. Now, one card. Oh, guys. What more confirmation do you need? I'm sorry, but I rest my case. So, I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't know how better that message could be and how clearer. So yeah, guys, I'm actually going to leave it there. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Ironically, we're almost at 5k subscribers and I haven't even been trying. So that's really cool. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I've never made a big deal about subscribers. So yeah, that was really cool. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.